Okay, so we are going to fill 3 ml bottles here for a volume. We are not going to use our bigger pump here. We are actually going to use our smaller, more microdosing pump. We are, however, going to use another 1/4-inch ID tubing. This tubing is the largest tubing you can fit on the smaller pump. If we do want a little bit more finer tune adjustments, we can bring down the ID into the tubing and get a little bit more fine tuned, but I think the 1/4-inch is going to be fine for this 3 ml fill. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. So far all I've done is attach the tubing to the nozzle here and put it in the vat. I'm going to go ahead real quick and just wrap it on the pump here. I'm going to set the camera down. Take the tubing, wrap it in the pump, go ahead and clamp the pump down, and we're ready to start filling. We just need to prime the pump here. I'll go ahead and just grab the camera. I'm going to go over to the user interface here. I'm going to go ahead and set a distance to 10. See if we can lower that nozzle a little bit more here. That looks pretty good. Alright, basically I'm just going to go ahead and prime this pump. I'm going to also put a feed rate of 500. So what I'm going to do is distance of 10, feed rate of 500. I'm just going to come over to this P plus and push that. And what that's going to do is just kind of jog fluid to the nozzle. And we just want to go until we get a little bit of fluid out of there. There we go. Just kind of overfilled it a little bit there, but that's alright. I got a little towel. We do like to do these in one cut so you kind of see how everything runs here. So these bottles are, I think, a 5 ml bottle. What we're going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and set a start location here just so we can fill the machine there. So I'm just going to go set start location. Okay, so I'm going to do a bottle count of 1, a fill volume. I'm going to start with 3 and see where that gets us. Fill speed of 500, reverse fill of 2, that'll stop any drippage. Travel feed rate and rows and columns we're not using because we're not doing a tray. So here we go, I'm going to see what 3 gets us. Alrighty, so there's 3 there, which is probably about right. Maybe I do have my scale. No, I don't think I do. But with these little bottles, you're going to see any difference at all. And one thing to note here, as you can see these fill, you can actually see the reverse fill at the end. It's going to suck up any drippage. And so that's going to make your fills a lot more accurate. So that would be the first and second. Now that everything's primed up, let's go ahead and just run these 6 here. And we can make trays so you can fill multiple bottles at one time. Or I'm sorry, so you could fill multiple bottles on one cycle, or we can add multiple pumps to fill multiple bottles at one time. There's 2. Oh, dropped one down. 3. 4. You know what? So here's those 4. You can see they are pretty much right on the money. Actually, here we'll run the 6, and then what I'm going to do is grab some more bottles here, and we'll get the fill volume to 1 ml, just so you guys can see that consistency. These pumps, they are custom built, and the smaller dosing pump does have stainless steel ball bearings in there. Makes it real super smooth to run. You can see there is absolutely no variance in these fills at all. So that is definitely a success. Alright, so I got a bunch of bottles here. let's go ahead and I'm going to grab 3 of them. These do have, you'll see a little bit of fluid in the bottom here. So what I'm going to do is just tip them upside down. Just kind of let them drain out here. And while they're draining, we'll go ahead and I'm going to go back over to this fill volume here. Let's drop this thing to, actually, yeah, let's go ahead and do 1. A 1 ml dose here. Okay, let's see. Don't see any fluid in the bottom of there. Alright, so we could actually change our fill volumes on the fly here. I'm going to go ahead and hit cycle start. Alright, there's 1. You can see what 1 ml is compared to what was in there. So what was in there was probably a 1/4 ml, which, you know, could make a big difference on these micro doses. 2, so hopefully all the fluid got out of these bottles from our last demo. Oops, I see a little drip going down from what was in there. So you can see again, absolutely no variance. Let me see if I can get that focused a little better here. Yeah, there you go. Absolutely no variance in there at 1 ml. And just to get things a little bit more interesting, let's go ahead and run 3 more, and let's go a half a ml. So again, I'm going to let these guys kind of drain out here. And we are using, of course, MCT oil for this. So this is not real too high viscosity, but a little bit here. Let's see, fill volume, 0.5 mLs. Okay. Alrighty, so cycle start. Okay. 1, 2, there's a little bit still left in that bottle, actually. 3. Alright, so now I'm going to just set them all up next to each other here. You'll be able to see the gradual fill volumes here. So I think this is definitely a successful test here. So there's our 3 mLs. That was our standard test. Then I wanted to get a little fancy and do our 1 mLs. So you can see absolutely no difference again. And a half a ml. And you can see though that is about half the volume there. So if you have any questions on microdosing or need to fill real consistently at super small fill volumes, our fillers are definitely more than capable of doing this. Again, we can fill multiple bottles at one time. We can add up to 6 pumps to these. The other thing we can do is build them in this 12x12 footprint or our 12x29 footprint. You could go ahead and go to www.rockymountainplc.com for more information on all our fillers. Thank you and have a great day.